Happy Wednesday, everybody! It's time for Mistlost. As you can see, it is a pre-recorded session here, but we are going to really quickly introduce our players this week with our lovely Vic up at the top left of everybody's screen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Victor, and I use they/them pronouns. I will be playing your Tabaxi rogue tonight, Synarch Fangbreaker, and I've had a last name this whole time.
Moving on
and
to...
that's me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's me.
Moving on to Alyssa.
Hi, y'all. I'm Alyssa at A Disaster Career Online. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Revelation, who is our Circle of Stars Aasimar druid, who uses she, they pronouns.
Charmy.
That's me. Hi, I'm Charmy, also known as Captain Charmy in various places around the internet. I will be playing Aurora Incineratus, the fire genasi sorcerer, and this girl is on fire.
Next up is Akino.
Hi, I'm Aki, or Akino if you're feeling fancy, and I'll be playing Dayu Silverhair, our bunny bard necromancer or bunomancer. We both use she, her pronouns.
Next up is Mari.
Hey everyone, I'm Mariana. I also go by Lagrimosa with a 0 on Twitter and other places. I do drawing and D&D stuff, and I'm playing Nikita, the wood elf barbarian, and we both go by she, her pronouns.
And last but not least, hello, I am your Dungeon Master this evening, Daddy, Madam, etc., etc., etc. I am Mandy, or the Mandy, as you can find me pretty much all over the internet. And yeah, we will get into a recap here shortly, but first, some housekeeping items. As all of you have noticed from the announcement in Discord and other places that this is a pre-recorded session this week, we are not streaming this week in solidarity with the global strike that has been called for by Palestine. We stand in solidarity with Palestine, and there are a lot of other really bad, horrible things happening in the world right now, and we will be posting links in the description for more information on that, as well as ways to help out those in need right now. So we strongly encourage you to please go check that out and do what you can, whether it's sharing on social media, donating, protesting, whatever you can do, however you can contribute. We hope that you please do. And now for the recap. So the party arrived in Hallowgate Necropolis, had some fun with that, and then immediately decided to attempt to do their duty, so to speak, and to go and visit the Duke of Hallowgate, Duke Cavendish, the Vice Lich. But in progress to going to meet with the Duke, they were intercepted by Lord A. Hallowgate, who, as we all found out, was a very gender individual, quite literally gender fluid, in the physical sense as well as mental. There seems to be some political tension going on here. Lord Hallowgate tried to convince the party to speak only with him, as opposed to speaking with the Duke at all. The party declined, which Lord Hallowgate was not very happy about, and chose to go speak with the Duke anyway, speaking about the paperwork that they had from the Caligo Shire, and were met with a relatively discouraging attitude. The Duke discouraged the party from going into the Undercity, claiming that nobody in their right mind goes down there, and the people who do go down there don't come back. And it's something that even he, as the lord of the city, has not even bothered to go into, because the locals revere the Undercity as sacred. They revere it as hallowed ground, because it is part of what was built by Valdin, the father of Hallowgate, one of the sages from the time before the Shattering, who built the entirety of Hallowgate. Revelation went on a trip to the Temple of Esherai, which also happens to be a library, many of them are, to find out more information about Valdin, and uncovered some very interesting information in that Valdin was the first of the revenants, or those who have risen again, and he was brought back to life by a goddess named Omira, who Revelation discovered was the wife of Nissos, the Lord of the Dead. She gave up her existence, her godhood, and all of her power to revive Valdin, and imparted a gift upon him, which led to the existence of the sentient undead in the world. Dayu and Sinark had a little bit of a conversation as well outside of the Temple of Nissos, which, as those of you who have been watching Mistlost know, nobody physically attends to temples of Nissos. They are empty buildings that are miraculously clean. Dayu decided that it was something she needed to do to get closer to Nissos, and decided to go poking around in the temple, laying upon a slab beneath the overlooking visage of the statue of Nissos, unbeknownst to her, sentencing herself to quite a bit of pain in doing so. She did have a brief conversation with Nissos where he informed her that he cannot help her and that she should look elsewhere, particularly within herself, for the answers. The party discovered Dayu passed out on the floor because the slab that she had laid upon is a death shroud slab, which is something that you are only supposed to put dead bodies on. And so she very much endangered herself by unknowingly doing so. Also, Aurora and Nikita did some sleuthing of their own by conversating with the pilgrims found in Pilgrim's Rest to find out a little more information about the city and what the disposition of the people are and why they need to have escorts through certain areas of the city. And apparently it was not always like that. And I believe by the end of the last episode, you all reunited and were heading back eventually to the lower regions of the city, the dregs. And so I think it's safe to assume that you have all traversed through the areas that you need to be escorted through and are now in, I believe Mid-City is the area. You've been escorted through Sovereign Circle and Mid-City, and you are now in either Musegrave or the Dregs, whichever you prefer.
People wanted to do shopping, right? Was that a thing to play out, or?
We can do that if that's something that you want to do.
I don't think we need to play out the entirety of the shopping because
Sure.
we should be getting some resources because we have an idea of what we're dealing with. Excuse me. I'm pretty fucking sure the Duke and the Lord and whatever all of these titles are, they're not going to help much. That being said, I think the only thing when it comes to shopping that for sure should be RP'd out would probably be if we can find a bonesmith, because Sin specifically wants dragon bone made daggers, I believe, or a dagger. And so, like, if we can even find one, that would make sense. Otherwise, I'm okay with, like, off-screen us writing down a list of things.
Yeah, that's
like
fine.
Rations and how many we need and stuff like that, and just getting that off, all done off-screen.
That's totally
Dragon
fine.
bones, though, different.
Nikita
Yes.
also wants to see a bonesmith. Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go looking for a bonesmith.
It's so funny to say that.
Come
Yes,
on.
that's a sentence
Like-
that I said.
Like you're asking for a good dick down. That's what that sounds like.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I could not.
We are coming in hot. You can't see it, but I'm doing finger guns. Well, the folks at home can see it.
Welcome to Moist
Okay,
Lost.
so welcome to Moist Lost. Who's cat? Hashtag who's cat. It will never end, Aki. It will never end. We're probably gonna be a little more unhinged than usual. The surnames, the who's cat, it never ends. Okay, so you walk around a bit. We'll say you're walking around Musgrave, through the market district. I'm sorry, through the arts half of the district. So I shouldn't say half and half. So they call it the market district and the arts district, but there are a lot of areas where there's just bleed between the two, where they kind of overlap. But there is a smithy in Musgrave that you can go to if you like. I can list off some stuff if you'd rather, but there is a smithy.
Yeah, Sin slips away to a spot before we head up to the smithy, but like then it's just like, I'm here.
Oh yeah, yes, you do get to go do that thing that you wanted to do. Yes.
Perfect.
So you go and approach the smithy. It is a comparative to some of the other buildings here. It's a pretty simplistic building. Made of the walls appear to be made of kind of like river stone, like smooth river stone, and it has beams in the front that kind of hold up like this wooden like overhang porch area. So it's like a combination of wooden beams and this beautiful smooth river stone, and you can smell the forge, even before you walk around the side of the building where it's open on the side, and you can actually see the forge and the forge master working there. What you see is, I'm going to improv this because I did not think of who runs the smithy. You see kind of a hulking figure, masculine, very much sentient undead. So exposed muscles, weathered skin, things like that. Eyes generally normal, but the sclera of their eyes, or his eyes, are kind of like yellowish, kind of like kind of sickly looking. And the irises are like a milky white. Very much aware, very much can see, but looks like he shouldn't be able to. And that is who you see working the forge. He's got a big apron on, thick clothing, and he's currently hammering at a sword right now.
Sinark is the one who is sorry. Sinark is probably the one who is like very eagerly leading, and he is just like, hello. Are you open to speaking right now?
He kind of like, he hears you say hello, and he finishes doing what he's doing, hammering away at this blade before he puts it in like a bucket, and you hear the steam kind of hissing from the hot iron, and he turns and he says, "Yeah, what do you need?"
Sin sort of takes out one of the like smaller pieces of like the dragon teeth that like he and Kazuhiko helped destroy, and is just like, so I was wondering if you took commissions on material that was brought in by other people.
Yeah, it depends on the material though. What you got there?
Dragon tooth?
Oh. He'll hold his hand out, thick gloved hands.
And Sin gives him like the piece.
And he kind of like rubs a cloth over his face. He's all covered in soot and sweat. And he kind of like examines the tooth and folds it over. Well, I guess it's a fragment of a tooth, not a whole one, right? I forget.
Yeah, I mean you said like the teeth were like super big,
They're
so like we
huge,
chopped it. Yeah, we chopped it up into pieces for easier carrying.
Yeah, so he's turning it over in his hands, and he is surprised that you have brought him a dragon tooth. And he's looking at it as though he's looking to make sure that it is actually what you said it was. And he says, well, and he hands it back to you. Actually, I don't work Dragonbone. It's difficult to work with, but there are. I heard tell there's some up in Elysia who can work Dragonbone.
Okay, well that makes sense. Dragons end up there a lot, don't they?
Yes, they do. If anybody can do it, it's those bastards. They can deal with the harsh cold and the environment, so it would make sense. But I can't help with that. Sorry.
No worries. Do you know anyone nearby who would be interested in like the bones of a dragon, the location? Because we ended up having to kill a death dragon.
He kind of looks over all of you like, what the fuck? And he kind of thinks for a second. Let me take a look at a little something here. Let's see if I can think of anybody who would want that. Well, not too many places that would want such a thing. Not here. Apothecary here deals mostly in fungi and plants and such. Order of the Scribe might. The Oracular Guild might.
The Oracular Guild?
Yeah, the Oracular Guild of the Quicksilver. They're oracles. They like bones and things like that, right?
Or someone incredibly magically inclined? I would assume so.
Shrugs. I don't know anything about magic, but they do like to throw bones. At least that's what my wife told me. So, maybe give them a call. Can't really think of anybody else.
Makes sense. But thank you so much for your time. I'm so sorry if I for interrupting you.
No, it's all right. No problem at all.
And so if we wanted to find someone from the Oracular Guild, would they be here in the in Musgrave?
Oh, they're in the arts district, outside of the college, actually.
Okay.
Just down that way, and he points down the street, and you can see the Bard College from where you're at pretty well. They're two very large buildings, kind of up against one of the walls, one of the outer walls of the city. And a little bit before that, you see a building that looks more like a house than a shop, that is painted red, and it stands out against everything else. It's that red one there.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good day.
And what's my character name? Sen.
Which character am I playing right now?
Who's Cat?
Who's Cat?
What's my name again? Yeah, Sin sort of like looks out and glances down the way and sort of looks at everyone else as like, what are times I need to explore?
Nikita has like a disappointed face. And then
Yeah.
fine. I was hoping for more.
Me too. But it is Dragonbone.
Yes, but
And you have 2 special swords already.
yes, but I wanted to, make my own at some point. It'd be cool to make a pommel out of this. And she'll like, tap her bag with a piece of dragon bone that she has. This is my father's sword. This is a gifted sword from Kazuhiko, and I would like my own.
Where will you hold it? In your teeth?
I could try. At some point. Not right now, but that doesn't sound convenient. Anyway, let's just keep walking. I'm just mad.
Aurora's gonna grab onto Dayu, kind of turning towards the college. Do you wanna check it out? Can we look at it now?
I want
Please.
to. Yeah.
Who wants to come to the college?
Kazu will raise his hand. I'd like to go.
I think Rev looks to Nikita and Sin to see if they will also be going or if they're branching off to the Oracular Guild or something else.
It is both of them are in the same direction, so.
Mm-hmm. Sin's like, I'd be interested in seeing the college, but I really want to see if we can make any money off this dragon corpse. So I'll be going to the Oracular Guild.
I'll go with you to make sure you don't take anything.
I don't take anything.
Oh,
Sorry, or, leave a
ye-
stink bomb or something.
You should ask about teleportation spells.
Yes. Perfect.
Or how much that might cost. I'm gonna ask about it in the college, maybe.
I appreciate that.
I will use those exact words because I don't know how any of it works.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
how much a teleportation circle would cost, right? Okay.
Because I feel like it's gonna be a money thing. On the off chance we don't get any favors.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
I mean-
maybe if we give them the location of the dragon bones and it's good to them, maybe they'll just trade it, or let's sweeten the deal.
Yes. I also have this bolt of shift weave that I'm told is expensive.
Oh yeah, there's probably a bunch of magic designers around here if there's like a bard college and artisans and stuff.
They offered me to make a outfit when I went to go buy our outfits, but I wanted to focus on everyone.
Kazu will kind of pipe up when you say that, and he'll say, well, I mean, if you are wanting to get something done specific with that kind of material, if we ever find ourselves in Fauchus, there are places there that have that.
There we go.
That's what
If I don't have to trade with it, who knows? Maybe I could make myself extremely decadent.
My sister told me about it. She spent quite a bit of time over there. So yeah, we could give that a try if we ever go out that way.
Sounds good.
All right, where are you going?
I'm going to the Oracular Guild.
Okay, show of hands for Oracular Guild. Is everybody going there first, or okay? So we've got.
I mean, it's on the way.
Yeah, it's on the
yeah,
way.
they're
literally
they're
in
like
front,
they're like
right?
next door. They're like next door to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it would make sense if we just all go there first and then we go to the college because the college is way bigger. So like, just do
up
the
to
little
you.
one first.
It's up to you.
I feel like Aurora would just be like standing outside looking at the college while the guild stuff is going on because she wants to see everyone's fabulous outfits, presumably at a bard college.
Oh, that's what you're. Okay. All right, I see you. I see you. Okay. So you make your way down the main street over towards the interesting looking red building that was pointed out to you. It, like I said, looks more like a house than a shop. It doesn't have the same kind of storefront look that the other buildings in this area mostly do. And you can see the roof is painted like a very deep purple, almost black. The siding is painted like a less barn red and more like fresh blood red. And over the door, you see painted on the siding in iridescent silver paint an eye.
How stylistic is this eye? I need to know how creeped out by these people I am.
It's pretty stylistic.
All right, perfect. They're normal people.
How unsleeping does this eye look?
No, I was going to say it's an eye symbol, but instead of like it's like a plain line like eyeball, and then underneath it is a crescent moon where the points are pointing down. It does not look like unsleeping, and you did not when you found the verbiage for the unsleeping eye, you did not see like a picture of what that emblem might look like. So you're not sure if it's the same or not, but it is an eye. So yeah, do you walk up to the door?
Oh yeah.
Do you knock? Do you open
Sin's
it?
on a mission. Sin's on a mission. Sin knocks.
You knock. Excellent. Okay. Hold, please.
Am I about to get like thrown back by magic force?
Most
just-
sinister knock.
I'm just changing the music for the folks at home. And for anybody who's logged into Multiverse.
Door explodes.
The door
Yes.
creaks open. When you knock on it, it just opens.
Hello. Looking for the Oracular Guild?
You hear nothing but the scent of incense wafts through the open doorway and hits your nose.
And Sin, I think everyone sees his like nose twitch, and he's just like, oh, you know, like a confused cat.
Who's cat?
And
Sorry.
I think he's just sort of like looks back at everyone, shrugs, and walks in.
Okay. So you walk in. What you find beyond is a dimly lit room. There are nearly burned down candles still lit on just about every available surface, at least one. So there is some dim light in here. You see curls of incense smoke kind of wafting through the air, and hanging from the ceiling in some of the inner doorways, you're essentially in a little foyer area, and there are some closed doorways and some open doorways that lead off into different areas. The one directly ahead of you, hanging from the ceiling, there is like a beaded curtain. It's kind of glittering and hitting the light that has now entered into this space from you opening the door. And from that direction, you hear, "Come in, come in. I've been waiting for you all day. Hurry up now."
Where did we walk into again?
This is
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that was an in-character question. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
The Oracular Guild, which I'm assuming they foresaw this, and Sin is gonna like shuffle forward.
Do you go into the doorway? Like you go in? to the
Yes!
doorway? Okay. I was just, you said you were stepping in. I wasn't sure if you were stepping further into the foyer or if you were going down the hall. That's why I was clarifying.
No, sorry.
So you walk down the hallway with your party members in tow, until you reach a room that is perfectly circular. And sitting in the center of this room at a round table with a large crystal ball sitting in the middle of it is a very interesting looking person. This person, she has absolutely wild, giant, curly hair and curly horns that protrude from her hair. It is a tiefling woman. She has one visible eye. The other one is hidden by this curly hair kind of falling into her face. Her skin and her horns match. They are like a pale, sickly green color. And she just kind of leans casually on the table. There are cards laid out on the table. The orb sitting on a little pedestal is faintly glowing, sickly green color that matches her skin. And she says, Come, sit down.
Nikita will sit.
Yeah, there are chairs all around this table. Simple wooden chairs.
Sin is like, so, do you know our names? Do we introduce ourselves? And like, as he takes a seat.
She kind of smirks a little bit. Sinark, Aurora, Dayu, Revelation, Nikita, and you are the boy, the fox boy.
My favorite.
It's definitely out loud laughter. That's how she describes Kazuhiko. Aurora is laughing.
I do my best not to laugh. But also, I think Dayu, if she's got like shit all over the walls and stuff, Dayu's gonna be like very distracted about that instead. Because she seems like a maximalist, so is Dayu. You know, like this is fun. This is really cool for her.
So, all right. So you're looking around the room while this is happening. The floors are covered in a mishmash of different rugs that seem to be from different regions. There are thick curtains kind of hanging from different areas over the walls and over where there might be windows to make it dark in here. All over the walls are weird little trinkets, bones, and little symbols and art. And strange masks kind of hung up on the wall all over the place that look like they might be from the Amario Wilds. It's a little hard to tell. And just all manner of things that seem to be from all over the world.
I love your house.
Thank you very much. Now, normally I would say I know what you are here for, and I do, but I want to hear it from you before I say anything further, because you never know when fate might change at the last moment. What can I do for you this evening?
We're looking for a transportation spell after we finish our business in the city.
Sorry, I had to sneeze, not that you could see me. So you said, what was the last words that you said? I'm sorry.
We're looking for a transportation cell after we finish our business in the city.
So you want to teleport?
Yes. Sorry.
The words might have been teleportation circle exactly on the shopping list.
She kind of looks you over, Nikita, unsurprised. That's not something I could help you with. Not the teleportation circle.
so then you can help us with the dragon.
Depends. Let me see what you have.
Sin will take out again, like his piece of dragon tooth.
She does not take it from you, but she looks at it. I need the whole tooth.
There's plenty back. If we could, we could tell you where it is.
Do I look like an adventurer to you?
It's not too far from the city.
That is what I pay people for.
All right. I mean, if Kazuhiko is there, like, we can start taking out, like, the whole dragon tooth just in bits and pieces, like what's been like line it up on the table.
You see, when you shatter it, the energy is disrupted. What kind of dragon was it? There was a death dragon, yes?
Yes.
She kind of makes a face. No, I don't think so. But this one, she points to Revelation. You. I need to talk to you. Otherwise, the door would not open. Rest of you, you can all leave.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Sin's gonna look at Revelation like, do you want to do this?
Yeah, I think Rev looks at the woman and at the rest of the group and says, yeah, go ahead and wait outside. Or I can find you in the college. I don't know how long this will take.
Not long.
Okay, see you later. Thanks for giving me the best laugh of the day. Adorable. Doo-doo-doo.
Kazu rolls his eyes and walks out.
Nikita's gonna take a quick little look at the masks before leaving and then step out.
I will straight up wave bye and then also hop out.
Yes, this woman will wave at you as well.
Sin's a little reluctant to leave, but sort of passes his hand over Rev's shoulder and then walks out.
And as your party members leave one by one, she sits up and she pushes the hair back from her face, and you can see one of her eyes is different from the other. She has one eye. The eye that you could see before was this crimson color, not unlike the outside of this building. The other, however, is solid black, and there are dark veins emanating from that eye onto her face. Oh, you are playing a dangerous game, my dear.
I think Rev sort of crosses her legs and leans in a little. And what game is that?
The Tabaxi boy, he does not know what he is into, huh?
I imagine that's part of the appeal.
I suppose so. You do know that. No, perhaps you do not yet. I can see it in you. You've not reached your full potential. She's going to lean across the table closer to you, and it's almost like she gets bigger as she does. She just kind of leans and looms over the table, seeming to get taller as she does. I would like to give you a little piece of information.
And what's the cost of that information?
No cost but my own satisfaction. In the telling.
Yeah, Rev leans in further across the table.
Your actions and your choices will inevitably kill that boy. If you keep doing what you are doing, he will die.
Will it be worth it?
That depends. How much are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want?
depends on the scale of my wants that you're referring to.
You don't need to play coy with me. I know it all. I can see when one is marked by Furos, and I can see when one is not quite the same as other people, and that would be you. You do not have threads of fate. None. You are the master of your own destiny. If you want something to happen, it will. And if you don't, it won't.
Then why do you see Sin dying by my choices? You're saying that I'll choose to have him die.
Yes. You see, I can tell. You cannot resist the shiny thing, the power. You want the objects that you should not have. And you will care about that more than you care about anything else. You already have done so. Your past informs your future.
And what joy exactly do you get in telling me about this, then?
Between you and I like to watch your kind suffer.
I think at this point, Rev sort of tries to examine her a little closer. Is there, like, the eye, the veins, is any of that, does that ping anything?
Give me... Ooh. What kind of check should I make you do for this? Because you are... You want to know who that bitch is? It's the one sitting right in front of you, baby. Let me open up D&D Beyond really quick. You probably... I'm going to say... It wouldn't be religion. I will take intelligence, though. Or wisdom.
Okay.
I know you'll pick wisdom, because that's your higher one. I'll take wisdom, because you're kind of... Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me roll a little something. Let me get my dice.
25 total.
I'm gonna... Let's see. If I get a nat 20, you're fucked. Nope. Okay. That's because these are my Ellie dice, not my DM dice. I fucked myself over. Okay. What are you trying to discern?
I think just like, have I seen people with that before? Do I think she's some sort of voice for a specific god? Like anything that I can glean from like the eye or her vibe or anything like in the room around us?
So the vibe, not religious at all. This is pure arcane power. Your impression, your intuition is telling you, based on her words, that, as the title of this location implies, she is an oracle of sorts, and she can see you. You take one look into her eyes and you know this bitch knows everything about you. She knows everything you've done, everything you've harmed, everyone you've killed. She knows everything. And she can see where you are headed. There is no doubt in your mind she's not lying to you. As you pause in this realization, she kind of smiles almost innocently and leans back in her seat again from standing up and leaning over the table. Oh, how rude of me. I should introduce myself. You may call me Pestilence.
What a fitting name.
Indeed. I thought so. That's why I picked it.
If you like seeing people like me suffer, why do you think that warning would do it? If I'm truly as awful as you seem to think I am, why would that change anything?
She smiles. Maybe it won't. I suppose that's up to you, isn't it? Perhaps that bleeding heart of yours will turn to stone in time.
If you know what I am to become, that I'm not there yet. Do you know where I must go?
To the mountain, of course. Mount Celeste.
And were you telling the truth about not having the means to take us there?
Of course. I'm an oracle, I'm not a wizard. She kind of raises a brow at you, like, come on. Get with the program.
But we will make it in time.
Depends on how the next leg of your journey goes. I'm sure you will make it.
I think Rev sort of uncrosses, recrosses her legs, leans back a little, and says, well, I'm sure that my fall will be all the more amusing the higher I climb. Is there anything you'd like to tell us about this upcoming leg?
She thinks for a second. I'm gonna have her decide. What she is going to tell you and whether or not it's true. You're going to find the bell. And it may be the last thing you do, depending on how you act. There's a death for you there. Actually, there's a death for all of you there. At least one. Very unpleasant. Not a nice death, not a good death.
Can I vibe check to see if I think she's telling the truth?
Yeah, give me insight.
Okay. 16, 15.
She's telling the truth.
I think Rev sort of smiles a little, maybe a little brittly, and says, well, of all the places to die, surely a necropolis home to the reanimated dead isn't the worst.
She just smiles and you see sharp teeth. Maybe so. If you are in the Undercity, though, that is not the kind of death anybody should hope for. Oh, poor sweet thing. All of you, so woefully unprepared. I think that's enough for today. And her head just kind of lolls forward and all of her hair kind of tumbles over her shoulders like she passes out for a second. And sits up and normal face, no weird eyes. What is happening? Oh, a customer. Was I reading your fortune?
You were.
Oh. Did I finish?
No, you had just started, actually.
Oh, good. Give me your hand. And she will reach across the table and take your hand. Oh, let me look. Let me look. Let me see your palm, my dear. Yes, yes. Long life. Good choices. Good health. That'll be 2 gold, please.
You asked for a payment at the start.
I never asked for payment at the start, you liar. Give me my gold.
You're reading.
My readings are never wrong.
Your reading contradicted itself.
Did it? Can you prove it? She's holding her hand out for the money.
Do I have 2 gold?
Yep. Probably. Maybe not, actually. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I have 27, so I will give her 2 gold.
Which you realize is an insane amount of money for getting your fortune read. Have a nice day. Door's just through the end over there. Thank you. Thank you for your business. Tell your friends. Goodbye.
Rev, yeah, we'll just sort of roll her eyes and stand and walk out.
I love that character so much.
Pestilence, new favorite NPC.
Oh my god.
Friendship ended with Kazuhiko. Pestilence is now my best friend.
That's what I'm saying.
Go to the party, like, get out of here.
That's a lie. I love Kazuhiko so
course.
much.
While you're all waiting outside before Rev comes out, Kazuhiko's just kind of like pacing around.
Please stop pacing.
He looks perturbed.
Wow.
They're coming out soon. I don't.
Did she hurt your feelings?
Why so perturbed?
No, I don't. Something about that woman.
You're giving me anxiety.
Something's not right.
Sin has his back, like right next to the door, like ready to like run in case anything goes wrong. And he looks at Kazu and he's just like, Rev is strong. Rev will be fine.
It's not about that.
Oh. And what is it about?
His ears are kind of flat against his head. Something's not right.
And Sin, who has been like reading some documents that he had in his he had him like in his almost cuirass. Mm-hmm. He puts them back away and he's just like, do you want me to go back inside?
He just kind of he'll stop pacing and he just shakes his head. No, it's fine.
I think Sin pushes his back off the building and walks over to Kazuhiko, and he's just like, if you're worried for a reason. No, I believe you.
It just doesn't feel right. And Dayu, you hear Mei Lin complaining off to the side. She's standing in the street. She did not go in with you.
I'm gonna go to her and be like, "What's up?"
There's a fucking barrier on the stupid building. I was gonna go sneak in and see if I could watch Rev, but I can't. I can't go in there.
Okay, I'm gonna turn and be like, "There's a barrier on the building. Mei Lin can't go in."
Yeah, we heard her.
Oh shit, you're right. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, while you're in the city limits, you can see and hear Maylin. All of you can.
Look, this part's a little weird for me. Normally, no one else can.
Yeah.
God.
Kazu goes back to pacing.
So what keeps ghosts out? Looks at you.
There's a lot of things, but like some of it's beliefs, some of it, could be divine, could be salt. I've seen sacred holly leaves be used once, so can be a lot of things. But I feel like for this city, this city in particular, it's got to be something strong, because a gesture to all of me and everywhere.
You all see Maylin like kicking at something that none of you can see. Stupid fucking barrier!
How far from the building is it? Like, is it at the building or is it like away from it?
So imagine there's like a couple little steps that go up to a little porch to where you can go into the building. She's at the base of the steps.
Okay.
And you can see her foot hit something when she kicks, but none of you can see the barrier.
Do I feel weird sort of standing near the door?
Nope.
Okay. So it's not for the living.
Can I try going to where she is and seeing if I can get any sense by being on that edge of magically what might be happening?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay, let's see. Okay, 17. It's pretty great for Aurora.
You see how it's affecting Maylin. Do you try to touch it, or are you just looking? What are you trying to do exactly? Like, describe to me what you're doing to examine this.
I think the idea would be she would walk up to the barrier, she would try to cross over it, and then looking towards Maylin, try to touch through that barrier that would then be between them.
So you kind of move your hand through this, wherever this barrier is, and when you pull your hand back, like you're just kind of like waving your hand back and forth, I would imagine to be like, do I feel anything? You push your hand forward, and when you pull your hand back, you're observing your hand, and you see just the slightest hint of arcane kind of like spark over your hand. You don't feel it. You almost don't even see it, but because you're very specifically looking and trying to apply the knowledge that you've been learning from doing magic with Dayu and what little you've taught yourself, you just catch it. Most people would never see this. So you can tell it's clearly some kind of arcane barrier rather than divine. It is powerful magic that is keeping Maylin out of this building.
It's magic they put here on purpose. Specifically to say, don't come in.
Yep.
Big magic.
So I guess no eavesdropping.
Yeah, Kazu looks like unusually pissy about being here. He doesn't like it.
I'm just gonna pat his back because he's pissy.
Yeah, he just kind of for a moment when you start doing that, he like stiffens, but then he relaxes. Rev, you can choose to come back at any time.
Yeah, I think that's around the time that she exits.
I told you it'd be fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say Maylin looks at you, Rev. What happened? Are you gonna tell us?
It was strange. talked to me, and it seemed like it was almost a different person. She came back at the end and didn't seem to remember.
That's creepy. It's really fucking creepy.
I'm surprised that you didn't come in.
I can't. She, like, you can see her hand hitting something. I can't. I was gonna, like, watch her back, but I can't go in there.
She must be, like, big magic powerful. Because Dayu said it has to be really powerful to be coming up in this city.
Ghosts not welcome, I guess. That's prejudice, right? That's prejudice.
I feel like it could be.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I want to think a little about what she said, but I'm all right.
And Sin gives you the same stupid, simple smile he always gives. And nods. And he's just like, all right, take your time. Looks like we're going to be walking around a place that all of you can be interested in. Well, me and Nikita, the martial parts of this party.
The martial parts of this party.
Do you guys just not? Do you just not like art? Because that feels like a lie.
What? I love art.
Then you'll enjoy this.
I was just making a joke that, like, I feel like all of you would fit in a little bit easier than the rest of us.
I guess.
I get it.
It took me a second too, I'm not gonna lie, but yes, I could appreciate things. I mean, I
I'm
wear
not here to
this.
fit in. I'm here to have fun and see some cool bardic magics. And see more Dayu stuff.
Actually, now that I'm the only one, I can't talk to griffins. So, I guess I'm the only one here. And he's teasing Nikita.
Should just, like, not even turn towards you. Should just, like, give you a glance and not give you anything that you want.
The glance is already something. It's already a reaction.
I'm just excited to see other lore bards.
I'm excited to see what you could learn from here.
Mm-hmm.
Worth
It's a
it.
whole fucking college. That's exciting.
Did you go to a college?
No. I'm self-taught.
Rev, did you go to school for your druid stuff?
I learned with the druids, not at a college.
I don't really know what you do, Kazu, but I assume somebody taught you somewhere.
I mean, yes, my my father taught me the ways of the ranger.
And
So also not
everyone
a school.
else taught you whatever the hand blasty thing is.
Yeah, I don't really, still figuring that out. That was not something I was taught.
Now that's relatable.
I can give you lessons too. Oh my god, I didn't teach anyone anything. Like the for Aurora. That's my first time.
Listen,
It's so exciting.
I don't care where we go. Can we just get away from this building? Something does not feel right here. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna start walking down the street, like, ahead of you all. He's, like, weirdly agitated.
Mm-hmm.
Is his tail going crazy?
No, it's not. Oh, was that
Does
something
not
you all
emote
wanted?
with his
Excuse me. No, it's
My
not.
guy doesn't emote with his tail.
He does not emote with his tail.
I'm just saying, challenge accepted. That's it.
He emotes with his ears, not his tail, and his ears are flat right now. He's not happy.
And so, with my animal stuff, right? As we walk away from this building, Mandy, I don't feel anything different.
Same, actually.
Okay.
No, it doesn't affect either of you.
Cool.
Doesn't affect any
Making
of
sure.
you. Only Maylin and apparently Kazuhiko.
Okay.
So you walk down the street. It's only a few buildings away before you reach the gates of the Bard College. Before we get into this next section, do we want to take a little break? I know it's early, but it's less formal because we're not streaming. You want to take a little break?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Let's take a little break.
So we'll take a little break. I'm gonna leave the recording going.
Okay.
Maybe? Can I pause it? I wonder if I can pause it.
Can you do? We're all doing this. This is your break.
Yeah.
This is your cut spot.
This is where we cut. We're all waving at the camera. I'm keeping that. We're gonna make gifs out of that. We need Mistlost gifs. That needs to be a thing. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. How's it going? We had a nice little break, and now we are here once again. So we're gonna pick up right where we left off, heading into the Bard College. You are standing in front of the gates. They are pretty large gates, polished iron, very shiny and pretty, and artful. I would say the gates themselves are kind of wrought into shapes of like music, sheet music. And they are they're open currently. They're not closed, but you can see they're open outwards, out towards the street rather than in, so you can see the designs of them right away. But that's where you're standing. You're standing in front of the gateway.
I'm excited. If Dayu had a long enough tail to wag, it'd be wagging. But unfortunately, it's just a butt wiggle.
Oh my god, that's so
Little
cute
wiggle.
though. Oh my god. That's so cute.
Are there people milling about, or are like mostly people inside?
Yeah, so the gate is set into a probably like a 7 or 8 foot tall brick wall. As you walk in, and on the other side, there's a very large courtyard in the middle of 2 tall buildings, both of which stone walls, kind of like dark gray stone, very much castle-like, but you know it's the school. The emblem of the school is emblazoned on the side of either building. There is a building kind of between the two of them, set way back from you. And yes, there are people, all kinds of folks walking around in various different attire. Some more circus or festival oriented looking, some fancier clothes, some looking a little disheveled. You see a little bit of all different kinds of the type of artistry you might expect. Even at a place dedicated as the Bard College, you get a little bit of everything. There's no uniforms here. People just kind of wear what they want. Some of them do have particular like robes or cloaks that have the emblem of the school on it, but not everybody.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of different people, both living and unliving.
Does it look like it's mostly sort of people? I mean, you said there are people in robes with the emblems, but does it seem like they're mostly associated with the college, or like clear like visitors or tourists around?
It's a little hard to tell. It's like a peppering of people who have different clothing items that have that emblem. And then there's other folks walking around that have no indication of being associated with the college. But you can kind of tell some of them are carrying instruments, some of them have textbooks. So it's a little hard to tell who's a tourist and who's not. It looks like it's just an open space for everybody. I'm going to change the music. You do hear distant strains of music coming from within, kind of bouncing off of the various walls of the buildings. There are some trees kind of scattered throughout. Most of the walkways are cobblestone in nature, but there are little areas on the ground where the builders purposely built around like existing trees or planter areas that there are now trees and flowers and such kind of growing out of. Surprisingly, more life than anywhere else in the city that you have seen. I mean, there are some trees, but a lot of them are dead. Some of them look like they're dying. Other ones are just really, really big trees, but there's not that many of them. Not a lot of greenery in this city overall because, hello, it's the city of the dead. So this is the most lively place you've seen, quite literally, in the time that you've been here.
What's the ratio of like undead to living in this college?
A very small amount of sentient undead people. You are mostly seeing living people here.
Interesting.
I have a question. That
Sure.
I don't know. I just want to try it. Do I see any like thieves' cant symbols around the college? Anything interesting like that?
Give me a perception check.
15 plus my perception is 5. 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
You kind of keep your eyes peeled and look around a bit as you move through the space into this area. And you look, and the more you look, you don't really see anything, and you think, maybe this is the wrong area of town to look for something like this. But what you do notice with your perception check is that there are off on the other side of the courtyard, the quad, whatever you want to call it, across the way, there are some tabaxi instrumentalists who are kind of sitting under a tree playing various instruments. So you do notice there are other tabaxi here.
Since like, are we keeping together here? Are we exploring? What are we doing?
I just want to see people doing magic, so I want to follow Dayu. But if you want to split up, I'm okay with that.
We can just meet back up in the front, maybe, if we don't run into each other while looking at stuff.
Malin has already wandered off.
Meet us back in the front.
Yeah, whatever.
That is
Bye.
like the second loudest you've ever heard.
Or
Is
just
this live,
whispers.
though?
Or just whispers to her, can't she not go that far from you?
I have no idea how
Okay.
far she can or cannot go. So, I mean, I feel like this place is the best part to test it. Maybe she'll like poof back and be like, "Oh no."
Then you can find out how far away you can send her for dates with Kazuhiko.
Stop.
Kazu's ear just kind of twitches when he hears that, like, huh?
Um,
Kind of half
Some
turns.
privacy.
Ear half turns in your general direction. Just kind of like, huh? I heard my name?
Well,
Maybe, I don't know.
have fun with your magic, and Sin is gonna like pop off towards those tabaxi.
Okay.
Nikita's gonna look at the 3 magic users and look at Sin. I'm gonna go make sure he doesn't make a fool of himself.
Good luck.
I'll try.
Sure.
Thank you. I'll need that. I can at least
Yeah.
pull them away. Have fun. Goodbye.
What direction is everybody else going in?
Probably in? Because
yeah,
I
Rev
feel
just looks to Theo.
Yeah, I think it's probably in. So like based on my knowledge of college, which was a couple of years ago, we do tours. So I want to see if there are any like guided college tours, because that would be the best way to see the whole school and get history notes. So I feel like that's a good use of time.
Mhm.
And then who knows? Maybe I don't fucking know. Maybe we'll catch something real interesting and perhaps plot pivotal. If not, a hot ass bitch. Because it's a bar college, and I refuse to end this session on not seeing someone hot. In the bar college.
We already
Pestilence
saw
doesn't count.
Pestilence.
Pestilence doesn't count. That bitch was outside. It was different.
In the Bard College. Got
In the
it.
bar college. It's different.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you are going into the college to find a tour. Okay. Before we get to the tour, we're going to cut to Sinark and Nikita. The two of you are walking across this courtyard. You are starting to earn some looks because you are both pretty heavily armed, and this is a school. So you are just kind of walking through this area, big swords on your back, daggers at your sides, just kind of walking across the quad area. Over
There aren't
towards
any
the
Valor
Tabaxi.
bards in here?
You don't see anybody with weapons here.
That's fair.
You're the only ones. Your group is the only people here with weapons.
Okay. I mean, Sin sort of like shuffles his little cape to cover up his daggers a little bit more, his shroud thing. I mean, he still has his rapier, but
Nikita's oblivious, of course.
Yeah.
I saw the motion. the it's over my head motion. I see it.
Yeah.
I see you.
Just not covering shit up.
I think Sin asks as they walk towards the tabaxi that are playing. He's like,
Mhm.
"Have you met a lot of tabaxi in Alicia, or other than me?"
I was very isolated in Alicia. Have I met any Tabaxi? Did I see any Tabaxi even? I was just with Armagon, right?
Would you and Armageddon have gone into towns around Elysia? Or did you stay kind of close to the cabin that he raised you in?
I think we would stay close to the cabin, to be honest. Yeah.
Let me roll for that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if you saw
Both.
any of the Elysia Tabaxi. Yes, actually.
Some of the Elysia tabaxis.
Well, I mean, like Tabaxi who live in Elysia. I don't know. I didn't mean for it to
Yes.
sound any kind of particular way.
Look.
I don't think it sounded any sort of way.
Alyssa just asked
Yeah,
a great
just
question. Are they
Yes.
fluffy? I would say yes, winter coats.
Yes, winter coats. You are absolutely correct. Yes, the answer is yes. So yes. So you have seen a Tabaxi before.
Mhm.
Not terribly unlike Sin, except like a dusty kind of grayish white color, but also with dark spots as well, and green eyes instead of yellow. But similar in coat, like pattern to Sin.
Okay. Yes, I mean, I've met other Tabaxi. Well, I've seen other Tabaxi.
Yeah, they were a hunter, traveling with other hunters.
They were hunters.
Okay.
Did a lot of hunting over there. That was mostly my experience with Armagon.
That's fair.
Why?
Oh, I mean, growing up, I had myself, Mirthal, not many Tabaxi. No correct.
Mhm.
I don't remember my parents, but who the hell knows where they are?
Know how that feels. She'll like nudge him a little.
And Sin breaks out in this very, very sincere smile. He's like, I'm glad someone does. And he knocks back. He's like, so, and then there's Tawny. There's not many. I don't know. I'm more versed in the Veil of Night than other Tabaxi.
Places. Mm.
So I wanted to see.
Do you want me to step back? I mean, I could just stay here and. Okay.
It's not like a religious experience.
Oh no, of course. I mean, it's in case if you wanted a more private type of thing.
Oh, they don't know me. I don't know them.
That's true.
It'll be easier if there's a friend. And
Okay. I'm not holding your hand.
It's okay. I wasn't going to ask you to hold my hand.
Okay.
But if you want to, I will.
We'll see on the way back. We'll see how you're feeling.
Thank you for being considerate.
And as Sin says that, you reach the trio of tabaxi who are playing their instruments and having fun, sitting underneath a tree on this, well, I would say this lovely day, but it's cloudy and crappy because you're in the necropolis. But probably more lovely than most days. You see a orange-furred tabaxi, a dark, smoky, kind of gray-furred tabaxi, and one who has like tiger stripes, like brown and darker brown.
Cool.
Tabbies.
You're right.
Sonar...
Careful, I'm gonna model one after Mateo.
I would love that.
Is the song that they're playing, does any of it sound familiar?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Then Sinark, I think, approaches and is just like, hello, are you students here?
They'll kind of pause in what they were doing. They were like playing their instruments and like chit-chatting. And they kind of pause in what they're doing and kind of turn and look in your direction. One of them pipes up and says, yeah, we're students here.
Oh.
Are
Okay,
you visitors? Are you a patron? Maybe? Tilt's head.
Visiting from the Veil of Night.
Oh.
Yeah.
How secretive.
I didn't realize that it was that much until we got here, and I think Sin is just trying to be as genial as possible. Like even like if they don't look like perturbed by this, I think he just sits down where they're sitting.
Yeah, they'll make room for the two of you and kind of scoot around because now you've said you're from somewhere interesting and different, and so they're all very interested in what you have to say.
My name's Sinark. This is my friend Nikita.
They introduce themselves as Senna, that's the orange one, Smoke, that's the smoky gray one, and the tiger stripe one introduces herself as Cloud.
Nice to meet all of you. We're still trying to get our bearings since we're visiting here on some business. Do you know any place in the college that might know stuff about teleportation?
Teleportation, like the teleport spell, or
like
what?
Something that could get us to Elysia?
So something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the instructors or the principal. I don't know. We mostly, I don't think any of us are versed enough yet.
No worries.
The
And
principal might know.
That's fair. Are you from here when you came to study here? Are you from like another part of the continent?
They all kind of look at each other. And this is Cloud speaking. Well, I'm from the Amaria Wilds. Smoke here is from Elysia. What did I name the first one again? I forget.
Senna. Right.
Senna. Senna is Senna's from here.
Cool.
We're kind of from all over.
I think Sen wants to like ask them if they know any songs from Veil of Night and potentially like introduce them to one if they don't.
Okay. Yeah, they definitely don't know any songs from the Veil of Night. Not a single one of them. I will take performance to see how effectively you teach them a song from the Veil of Night.
Okay. 14 plus 7 is a 21.
That's pretty damn good. Yeah, you teach them pretty well, and at one point, one of them, whichever one you prefer, will say, "Wow, are you sure you shouldn't be a student here? That was really good."
So I think really quick, like Nikita notices that Sin's voice changes a lot when he sings. Like it's usually like a deeper register, like when he's talking, but it gets very like high and like lyrical, I guess, but that's already singing. But very, very
airy, or is it like
not like falsetto, but it gets a lot. It's a lot more different. It's a lot more different. Wow, I can't speak. It's 10 o'clock at night. It's okay. I think he seems shy about it. Is really the main thing. Like it's higher, it's lilting, and he laughs and he's just like, "Oh, I get nervous in front of crowds."
Since when?
I don't think you've ever seen me in front of crowds.
Okay.
I'm much more one-on-one.
She'll just gesture to the people in front of us and also point also at the college as if we haven't been with a party this whole time. It's fine.
Keep dragging me in front of
No, not at all.
Really, I can offer you my tail right now if you wish to stumble me across the floor.
You're offering your tail now. She'll just smile. So what do you think the principal would want? And, in exchange for a teleportation or something, do you know them like that at all? Or is it like, how transactional could this be? I don't...
Smoke will speak up when you say that. I guess it really depends. Like, are you just random people? Are you important dignitaries? Are you famous bards and you're just pretending to be like, depends on who you are, right? Like if you're just somebody off the street, like maybe they'll want money. I don't know. They're not just gonna, that kind of magic takes components and time and, it's, what most of us students refer to as big magic. Way beyond my capabilities. So I can't imagine they would provide it for free unless you were like really important.
That's great to know. Actually, that could be very helpful.
I don't know how much though. Teleportation, that's like, not a lot of people know how to do that kind of thing.
We'd noticed, which is why we're looking.
Have some important druidic business here. Alicia, vouchers, all over the place.
Important. So, I hope maybe your principal can see us as worthy people to help out, I guess.
I'm hoping it's more of a professor, because if I know anything about schools, they are very uptight.
There's a bunch of politics I don't understand, so...
They just kind of look at each other and then look at you like, Yeah, maybe ask one of the professors before you go looking for the principal. Maybe they'll have better information for you. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure they said in that lecture we went to the other day that there aren't a lot of very powerful wizards in the world, so... I mean, yeah, bards can access the same kind of magic, but finding somebody who knows enough to actually do that spell or have a need for it, shrugs. They might not have what you want here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Listen, we appreciate any information.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I know another song, and would you guys like a drink?
Sure.
And Sin's just gonna take this time to like exchange any songs that he can, exchange any information, and just asking about the places that they're from, because he has never left the Vale of Night.
Yeah.
up until recently.
Yeah, and while you all are having that conversation, we will back over to the other three in the party. So you are walking through. Actually, before you go inside, what I will say is something you notice. All of you notice. You don't need to roll for it. Is that each of the two main buildings that are opposite sides of the courtyard facing one another, they have the same emblems, but different colors. So the banners on the building to the right when you enter the courtyard, those banners are green. The opposite building's banners are like a pale lavender color. Just so you are aware.
What about the one up ahead that's like between?
Those banners are black and the emblems are gold. All of the emblems are gold on all of them.
What do you think? That one back there?
Maybe I've never been in this kind of setting before, so I'm not sure. Do they have like a front desk or something?
What if I just poke my head in the door of each one and we find out?
Seems as good a plan as any.
Great.
That sounds
Off
like a
to
good
the
idea.
green banner, the one on the right, I think.
As you walk up to the building, you notice there's a plaque on the wall. Oh!
So sorry.
The plaque makes a cool
Jump
noise.
scare! That's the discovery sound in this video game. Doot, 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 doot. You found a thing. The plaque reads, hold please. Let me open this up. The plaque does not say hold please. I promise. Why isn't this working?
Just holding for the plaque.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm tired. I had a very long day. Yes. Hallowgate Bard College. Lore College District. Not Lore College Building. Lore College. Hallowgate Bard College of Lore. And if you walk over to the other building, which I know you will, the sign says Hallowgate Bard College of Spirits.
They both kind of sound like you, huh?
Mm-hmm. Truthfully, I don't know what kind of bard I am.
So we gotta find out.
The building, now that you know where to look, the building with the black banners says Administrative Building.
Clearly labeled. This is, I guess, what colleges are like.
Yep.
Trots off to the bar building.
Let's go to that one then.
So you go to the Administrative Building, and Kazu is definitely following you guys. Maylin looks to be speaking with some students. And you all walk to this much lower to the ground building. It's only a couple of floors versus the others, which are much taller and have like towers and such. Excuse me. You walk into the door, it's open, it's well lit. There's a little welcome sign on the door. And you walk in, and immediately you are in an office. And there is a desk in the center back side of the room. The room's not very big, so you don't have to You don't have to walk far to get to the desk. And there is a young gentleman sitting there. He has slicked back, dark brown hair, and he looks to be human, wearing nice uniform-esque clothing, and just kind of looks up and says, welcome. How may I help you all?
Hi, my friends and I would love a tour of this super cute Bard College. My friend is a Bard herself,
Oh,
but she's interested to learn more about what you guys do here, and so are we.
all right. Well, we do offer tours, and he'll stand up from behind the desk, and kind of looks around to see if there's anybody else here, realizes there's really nobody else in the office right now, and goes, I can give you a tour. Normally we have scheduled ones, but it's a slow day. It's not a lot going on.
Thank you.
So yeah, I can help you with that. You are currently in the administrative building. This is where normally the tours are hosted from. This is where our faculty holds office hours. The principal's office is also here as well. I guess I should say dean, not principal, because this is a college, not a high school. Whatever. He's the principal.
Want.
This is my fantasy world. He's the fucking principal. I don't know. And he says, yes, the principal's office is here. And not a whole lot that's super exciting about this particular building. But yeah, this is where all of the administrative works happen. This is where students buy their books, things like that. So if
Do you need a lot of books for Bard College?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, lots of books. Music theory, and depending on which school you go to, different texts that go with different courses. Of course, yes, lots of textbooks.
oof.
It is a college. He kind of tilts his head. This is a place where you come to perform academia and get better in your craft. It is a place of study.
Yeah,
I know it's
I
a lot
get
of
it.
bards. The common misconception is it is a lot of bards in one place, and so people think it's a party all of the time, but it's actually quite serious. People take their craft quite seriously here. Not to say that we don't have fun, but
I got a vibe check.
he just kind of shrugs.
The vibe,
Like,
is the vibe that he is a big old nerd, or is the vibe that what am I getting out of this? Because I feel like that's going to impact how Aurora continues.
we're trying to get
Like
like a personality vibe check?
Yeah, I guess does he seem to have taken offense to the implication, or is it more of just
if you want to know if he takes
matter-of-fact
offense,
description?
I'll take an insight check then.
Okay. Insight. Oh, well, it's a natural one, so that's about as insightful as I'm getting.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to read.
Uh-huh.
And he says, well, if you'll all step outside with me, I can show you the other buildings.
What? Oh, I raise my hand.
Oh, you don't have to raise your hand. You can just ask.
Oh, okay. What kind of bard are you? Are you a bard?
Actually, I'm one of the few faculty members who's not. My magic isn't based in music or the arts. I'm a wizard, actually. My area of study is a little bit different.
What do you study?
He just looks like he doesn't want to say anything. I dabble. I'm still determining my area of specialization. I haven't picked my major yet, okay?
That's okay. I wanted to ask because I wanted to know.
What are your options? What kind of things can you study here since it's all about the books?
Well, right now I'm working here because my mom works here. But when I go off to the Mages College, there's a lot of different things I could study.
Is there a mages college here too, or elsewhere?
Oh no, it's in Fouchus.
Oh.
Is your mother also a wizard, or is she a bard?
Oh, she's a bard. He just kind of, enough questions about me, please. Let's continue. And he will.
Oh wait, what do we call you? What do we call you? I don't want to keep calling you sir.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess you could, Will. You can call me Will. My friends call me Will.
It's nice to meet you, Will. I'm Dayu.
Hi, Dayu. And everybody introduces themselves, I assume.
Mm-hmm. If you don't, Dayu starts introducing, and you know how Dayu introduces y'all.
And he just kind of will slowly, awkwardly lead you out of the building because he's just like, too many questions about me. Let's just continue. And he will lead the way, and he will take you to the Lore College first. So he will lead you to the building with the green banners, and he will just kind of go on about the history of the building, which is to say, a lot of this particular this is where the library is, of course. There is quite the dedicated section to the library, of course, to various lores and mythology, also religion, and things of that nature as well. All sorts of different areas of academia, anything that could be related to some kind of story, or really any kind of useful knowledge, tales, basically any kind of book you can possibly imagine. Is here. And the library is huge. It is multiple floors. There's a lot going on here. But yeah, otherwise very well appointed, very clean, high ceilings, lots of classrooms, and a very, very large, auditorium kind of area as well.
Is anyone free to visit the library, or is that for students only?
So typically it's for students only, but you could always make a request at the office and ask for like a day permit to go and study. You can't check out any books, but you could have a pass for the day to read what you like.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. We'll just go off to this College of Spirits now. Hopefully none of you are too jumpy. I can tell you guys are not from Hallowgate. As I'm sure you've noticed, there's a lot of different people here in various states of living or lack thereof. There's a lot more of that in the Spirit College, so no need to be surprised or scared of anything that you see. All right, and he just kind of leads you inside. Very different atmosphere in here. You instead of a library, there is a large ballroom, and lots of classrooms. A much smaller kind of amphitheater style room, rather than like a fest hall kind of theater room like in the other building. Much more open space, and the windows here are all stained glass, and you can't see outside through any of them.
very quietly, do I go, oh, this is my shit. And I think that you just figured out what kind of bard she is.
And he just kind of is, as she's leading you, you're probably like chit-chatting and whispering amongst yourselves as you look at things. But he just kind of says, well, the College of Spirits, the type of tales that they focus on here in this college is typically more history, fiction, legends, any kind of occult trappings. A lot of the bards here, they do practice music like many bards, but usually rather than summoning song or particular other types of magic, it's related to spirits and the dead. Some will conjure spiritual embodiments of different forces in order to create change in the world. Others speak with the dead. And some use less conventional means of performing their magic, such as divination cards and things of that nature.
My God, you're blowing my fucking mind right now.
Why so?
She means because that's what she does.
Oh,
That's, I guess, her type.
so you're a spirit bard,
Apparently.
apparently.
Mhm.
Are you new to the art of being a bard?
I don't know.
Ah,
I'm
I've got it. You're
I'm
self-taught.
self-taught. Yeah.
Well, welcome. I'm sure you could find some great conversation amid some of the students here if you wanted to. We do allow visitors, as you know, otherwise I wouldn't be giving you a tour. But if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I may not be a bard myself, but I know a fair bit.
Oh, Oh,
I have
questions.
a question.
Sure.
Of your faculty and principal here, who would you say is the most learned magician?
The most learned. He kind of thinks for a second. Principal Minerva, probably.
And how would one get a meeting with her?
Well, she's not here right now. She's currently on a trip. I don't know when she's due to return. Probably not for a few days.
So if maybe like another time we came by the office and tried to set up a meeting, that would be the way to go about it?
I suppose it would depend on how busy she is. She does tend to be quite booked, for lack of a better term. Although I mostly just do the tours, but from what I understand, she is busy a lot of the time. Is there anything particular that you need? Maybe I could find somebody else to assist?
I think that depends on where we go next. She says cryptically.
Oh, okay.
Would you happen to know anyone who could do big magic like teleporting people from one location to another?
Guys are so desperate for the teleportation circle. All right. Let's see.
We
Hold
gotta
on.
cover all our bases.
Hold on. Let me check the level of the spell really quick.
It's pretty high.
It is a 5th level spell. That's pretty far. Yeah. He thinks for a second and he goes, well, I mean, if you're looking for something to teleport multiple people, he just kind of, well, not here. He just kind of shakes his head. I can't really think of maybe the Duke. He is a vice lich. He probably has access to more magic than anybody in the city.
Great, that guy again. I mean, yes, your Duke.
He just kind of raises a brow like, what the fuck do you mean, that guy again?
We're in town for reasons, you know?
Yeah, you guys are clearly adventurers, which would explain a lot. He just kind of looks around. You're probably not in the building anymore, you're out in the quad. And he just kind of looks over to where Nikita and Sin are probably still conversating with the students. And he goes, yeah, the swords kind of give it away.
Yeah, that's why I don't usually carry that sort of thing. But, you know, to each their own. Helpful to have pointy things around.
Oh yeah, it's not like, I mean, if it were forbidden, you wouldn't be able to get through the gate, but, you know, it's a little obvious you guys aren't from here.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bother me none. Shrug.
Are most of the students from here? I can't help but notice that there are very few sentient undead compared to the rest of the city.
My understanding is most sentient undead, don't really, use a lot of magic, not because they can't, but because they choose not to. Necromancy comes easy to their kind, from what I've been told, by some of the students here. And some folks choose a different way. Some choose not to, partake in that kind of power. Shrugs, you know, it really depends. But yeah, there's students from all over the world here.
Well, thank you for the tour. I think we want to try to talk to some spirits bards.
Sure, you would probably want to come back at night. That's usually when their classes occur.
This place is fucking dull.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah, of course. If you need anything, I'm gonna go back to the office. But if you have any questions or want to set up an appointment with any of the professors, let me know. I'll kind of give you all a little polite nod and scurry back to the administrative building.
I just go, night classes. What? I mean, Veil at night is always night, so I guess it's not that cool, but it's kind of cool.
I mean, it's more comfortable anyway. So, I got a question. Do you want to go to college now, or do you like?
Okay, well, so, in the borough, and at Foxton, the education's very different. So, not to say I don't have any, I do. It's just, it's very different. I didn't even know what the fuck a bard college was. Maybe? I don't know. Definitely not now. We have, more pressing matters. I don't know.
Well, you've already taught me stuff, so I bet you're smarter than all these Bard College kids anyway.
Thank you. I think it'd be nice to talk to some people, though, and, like, see, what's the vibe like. Because, don't got too... I mean, we have bards in the borough, but they're, like, way different. And I think there's bards in the Foxton, but I didn't really talk to them much. And those are kind of the two places I've been besides Vale. And also, I didn't talk much to the Bards of the Veil either. I was kind of busy doing other things.
Yeah, I never saw you out at bars. Like I saw Nikita a few times, and I've seen Tin around. Seen Revelation around, not as much.
I was mostly at the temple, and I was in the funeral homes.
So very different vibe. Got it.
Yeah. I didn't really party much at all, actually. I party more because I'm with you.
Good. More to come.
Are you interested in going to college, Aurora? Either here
Me?
or the Mage College? And you're learning from Dayu. Maybe you want something more formal.
I don't want to read a lot of books. That's not my idea of a good time. No, I more just want to like see what other people do, and maybe if I see what they do, then I know I do what I do. Because it's like you guys are similar. She kind of gestures around at the spirits group, and you've got your connection to other druids, but I don't really work the same.
Maybe when we have to go to Fouch's anyways, but when we eventually get there, maybe we can stop by and see if there's anyone else like you.
We could. We don't have to. It's not really,
It's eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just like a little bit curious. And
Me too, that's why I came to the college.
It's like at the talk of like going to the mage college, like, or maybe seems a little bit nervous about the idea.
It's okay, we can talk about it when Fouch's comes up on travel. I don't even know how to spell Fouch's.
Just look at the map and
No. How do you? Wait. I sense that. I'm not gonna say that part out loud. I sense that you you seem a little nervous, thing, and then and Dayu in a panic will just go. How would a tiger call your name?
what?
Rar. Thank you.
Can we take another break?
Yeah, we need another break.
Yeah.
No, I did that one.
Love Aki. I would die for Aki. I would protect Aki.
Mm-hmm.
And
You feel better?
yeah.
It's a bad joke. I'm not a comedian.
But Aurora laughs. Aurora loves it.
It's so funny.
Charmy is enraged.
This is how I know I'm not a lore buff.
Okay, all right. You guys are so funny. I love it. Yeah, so you all, what are Sin and Nikita doing? Are you all meeting up and having this conversation now, or are you having this conversation as you're walking over to find your friends? What are you guys doing?
Sin has gotten turnt.
Turnt.
That's a lie. He's had a couple. He's had a couple swigs of whatever swill he has. Actually, I think we bought like a bottle of wine that Sid has been holding on to for a while.
Yeah.
There's definitely a bottle of wine.
So he's like poured into like whatever cups he has. Some of them, like one of them is like a very badly like molded cup that is like painted like a child.
Oh,
like
God.
like definitely something a child made.
Mhm.
And Sin, that's Sin's cup, and he doesn't let nobody else drink from that cup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
I feel like we're meeting up, and I think like from my perspective, we want to come back at nighttime and also maybe in a couple days. So, I mean, Aurora would just be in for day drinking and then whatever we want to do next.
Did we want to come back and request the day pass for the library? Because that is an option we can do. So in theory, we can also come back tomorrow, low key. I mean, I don't know how fast the day passes go, but yeah.
I mean,
We
the
can
main thing
request
is
it now.
tonight we have another engagement. Because we are being sent an informant to figure out what the fuck the bell is.
If he decides to stop.
Oh, that's right.
If he doesn't just decide, nah, that seems boring.
Oh, above table, maybe we can ask him about about teleporting. Don't
Oh
want the
my
bell?
God.
Will you teleport us?
Yes.
You know?
Okay.
Maybe.
So threaten him with the bell.
I
Threaten
think
him?
if they are
with
talking,
the
if we are
bell.
talking together, if we're walking back to the Busty Banshee, Sin, who is a little tipsy, says, "I don't think that's what they said."
That is not what we said, Nikita.
No, that was Mariana, but yeah, fuck
Okay,
it.
that's
We watch a fucking spirit of Mari walk by us like, oh, sorry.
So threaten.
Wow.
No.
What? Who said that?
Jennifer.
Noted.
What?
I'm making a note.
I didn't say anything.
Making a note. Okay, so you are all walking back to the Busty Banshee.
Other than that plan, like for information, do we have anything else that we need to get done today?
Are you asking me that, or are you asking each other that?
The group,
I don't
Okay.
but
think
it includes
so.
you if you want.
Oh, kind DM, if you could remind us of something that is very important that we could have forgotten. But I think we're good.
Nope, that's what you have notes for.
Yeah, fair. Which they're very good, I promise. I've been good.
Yeah.
We did the shopping, and then we
Yeah.
also agreed to do extra shopping outside of game.
Yes.
We have an engagement tonight, so we can't really go to the Bard College again tonight anyways, and the engagement tonight is to meet the Lord again.
Or one
So
of
that
the Lord's
means-
guys.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything extra to do besides wait till night.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think Rev will ask the group, were you planning, do you think we should attempt the ritual this coming dawn, or did you want to wait another day?
That's what I was wondering.
I think we should hear what this person has to say. Figure out maybe a little bit more preparations. And
Somebody's
then
dog drinking water in the background?
Yes,
so.
Nani. I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just like, what? I've never heard that from one of you guys before. I'm so sorry. I was like, what is happening?
I love that you got it spot on what that noise was, though.
No, yeah.
I have a very loud dog. He
Yeah.
likes to slurp, slurp, slurp all of his water very
Nani was,
loudly and then get
Nani
water
was
all over the
having
floor.
A lot of slurping. She had a little accident.
Oh.
So
Poor baby.
I'm assuming she's reinstating that water from her accident.
Great. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Hydrate, don't dehydrate.
Yeah. Hydrate. Don't piss on the carpet.
Everybody hydrates. We don't have chat to remind us.
You're right. So what are we playing at the year afterwards?
I was thinking, like, as an option, like, if we decide that we don't have enough information to try it in the morning, like, if we want to try to go to the library, I know some of you guys are more bookish, looks at Rev, than me, so maybe that would be helpful if, like, they might have legends, and I feel like at some point over the day, I have conveyed what we chatted with the pilgrims about. But just like there's a lot of conflicting information that some of that could potentially be reinforced by like, legends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what I'm hearing from Okurai is that the people in charge are afraid and busy.
Are afraid what?
Well, I got some correspondence, finally. Probably because I told them where we were going, and it was more expected from me to be here. But from what I'm hearing is that the adults are worried and people are not talking. So I'm concerned that things are worse than what they seem since we've left.
Is there like any like visual distress? Like, I don't know, did the sky get lighter?
No details like that.
Well, if you want to ask more questions, I think I know how to do that now. So,
What do you mean? Like I can contact Tawny?
Yeah, because I've met her before. I don't know if she'll be too happy to hear from me though. But yeah.
Okay. I think Sin looks over the moon. He is excited as hell. But then he realized like he's not gonna be the one that's talking to Tawny. And then he's just like, well, I'll put my thoughts together.
You got to be a little careful with how much. I can't say much. It's still really new.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm scared of how I have to cast it.
Wait, what? Why do you have to? How do I? What?
It's okay. Well, so I had one of the clerics who from a Temple of Lunar Seren contact Kazu, and I feel like a sudden voice in your head would be rather unpleasant, and I think if it were my voice, it'd be even worse.
Why don't you try singing something first and then like a little warning sound?
Well, I don't. Okay. I can try the spell now. You can see what we can see how it works if you want.
Though I do think that maybe hearing a little singing voice in your head first might also be very eerie.
I mean, you'd know it was me. Like, you'd know you'd be getting, you're getting like the message from me. I just don't know. Look, man, my spells are kind of fucking freaky.
I have a question. If you send somebody a message, do they reply to you?
They can reply.
Okay. So, hear me out. What if we give a status update and request for information on how things are at home? Just like for a little bit of reassurance,
Yeah.
You could ask my mom if you want.
I did meet your mom.
Mm-hmm.
She'd
know it's you.
Mm-hmm. What would you want me to say?
It's all of us. It doesn't have to be, a message from me or anything.
Wouldn't your mom want to hear from you the most?
Mm-hmm.
I could.
I'm gonna insight that right now.
All right, roll deception or
19.
roll deception or persuasion. You don't have to tell us which.
Your DC is 15, let's say. How about that?
Oh, I got a 19 then, maybe.
There you go. So Aurora seems like hesitant to contact, but like worried about what you said about the veil. Like, so she seems like she wants to know, but she doesn't want to be in it.
Sin doesn't call you on that. Like, he looks at you because he knows, and then he looks away. And if you're sitting near him, Sin like tries to hold your hand over the like offers to hold your hand under the table.
And Aurora will like hesitate and then like change her mind at the last second and not take it.
I could add that you say hello to the message as well, or say that you are well.
Yeah, I'm well. That's perfect.
Okay, so status of what's going on at home. Yeah.
And like we reached Allogate, we are trying to find where we're supposed to go, but we don't know. I don't know how much you can say exactly, so I don't know how much detail is correct. Do you guys think there's something else we should say? And she begins to babble a bit.
Okay. So you're sending a message to Nova Incineratus. And not anybody else.
Bitch, okay, listen here. Above table. I have 2 spell slots. If you want to bust out both my level 3 spell slots, we can. But then we cannot go nowhere.
Above table, I'll just say this. It's gonna be a waste of a spell slot. Because even if she could like disclose that kind of information, she don't know you that well. She met you once. And that also doesn't mean that she's authorized to tell you anything. So it would kind of be a waste of a spell, because she probably wouldn't tell you anything on principle, even if you are her daughter's friend.
Even though she knows about the mission.
Yeah, you guys report to the Kaligo Shire. You don't report to her. It's not her job to give you updates. Just a reminder, because it's been a while.
Been a while.
So you could reach out to one of the members of the Kaligo Shire. You could reach out to somebody else. I'm just telling you, it's going to be a waste of a spell slot. So.
Which one should we message either way?
Malon Reflection is the overseer of the Kaligo Shire. They are the leader, the golden tiefling.
Who is Sin's message from? Sorry.
Who was Sin's message from?
Sin didn't exactly say who it was from, but he mentioned that I could speak to Tani. So Rev would probably assume in her galaxy brain shit that it's a message from Tani.
Okay. That is a child.
So that is a child.
That is a child.
That is an 11-year-old child.
That is a child, yes.
All she's gonna say is, "This place sucks. I want to be an adventurer. I hate being here. Let me come adventure with you." That's what she's gonna say. Mm-hmm. And Sin will be like, "No, you can't. Go train for 3 years with Master Dogger, and then you can come and adventure with me."
Mm-hmm. So, who are you messaging?
Okay, I have a question for the group then, because like by messaging a status update, do we feel like we're going to get in return any information? Because if we don't, I don't think there's a point of doing it now. We should wait until we've done something. But if it's more like, you want to get a message to someone, I say do sins rather than Aurora's mom.
I am a little curious if they were expecting this location to not have any druids. It seemed like they hoped. I mean, we know where it is, and they would tell me. It seems like they expected us to be able to find people to uphold the Accords.
They did make it seem like it is a sure shot. The most definitive location to go to first.
Short-sighted bullshit.
Or
Long-sighted people.
They didn't seem that confident. They did say this was the only location that they had any information about. So I think really they just don't know anything.
That I'm willing to believe. Except for like the stuff that is probably important for us to know. Like about the shattering. Or
I'm
whatever.
getting frustrated because I know that they know a lot more than they're letting on, but I feel like it gets to a point where they actually don't know anything. And I don't know where that line is.
Try living with that for 30 years.
We could always threaten to break in on holy ground, which is our plan going forward. See if they have any advice to stop that or change our path. See if they know anything else.
Would they even give us anything, though?
And wouldn't they want to help us do that if that's what we need to access for their mission?
I think we shouldn't call until we have something tangible.
All we got is an undercity.
Yeah.
Hello, passengers and partygoers. This is your DM speaking. Did I say that there are no druids in Hellowgate Necropolis? Did I say those words? There are no druids here? Did I say those specific words? There are no druids here.
We asked if there was like a druidic presence, and I think he said that a lot of them had moved on.
He said that.
We did not say that there was no, but I think what was said was that a lot of them had moved on, and he didn't really give us a place to follow up with that.
And I think the Undercity was more of the mystery.
He did explicitly say that the last druid to practice in the city was Valdin himself, who is presumably dead.
Yeah, so I guess
that would have been many.
So I guess that is a yes, that you said that there are no druids here.
Well, practice in the city.
Isn't here the city?
Yeah.
There's 2 cities.
Yeah.
Oh, do they mean the Undercity? Was he being cheeky about the Undercity?
It's possible. He's cheeky.
I hate
And they haven't
all
been
political
down
figures.
there. So like if they think that's down there, whether or not it is, like that's what he's operating from.
Yeah,
People
I think
also haven't
Sin.
survived.
Yeah, I think
Or
Sin's
come-
understanding is that all the druids are gone because druids suck, and they're cowards, except for Rev.
Sorry, the beast has awakened.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean,
just a second.
if it was double speak and there are druids in the Undercity, he did also tell us that everyone down there goes mad or dies. So
Goes
Well,
mad is
you
another thing.
well,
So
they
I feel
said
like
that
I feel like this should be a point of clarification for not only you guys but the folks at home. He did say in the city, in this city. I believe is the word I used, this city.
Okay.
he's
If I said the words there are no druids here, I misspoke.
Okay.
Okay.
There are druids in this area.
Let's
don't know
go
where.
druid hunting.
So when you say in this area, you mean outside of Hollowgate Necropolis?
Nope.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha. So
does the Duke
above the
not
table,
know?
we are meant to understand that there are druids potentially in the Undercity.
Potentially.
Is that okay? Cool. I think Sin does not have the intelligence to make that leap of logic
That's fine.
with what was offered right now.
That's fine.
But if other people have that leap of logic, he will be like, "Oh,
That's fine. I'm mostly clarifying above table, because liches like to be cryptic, and this particular lich is kind of an asshole. So, yeah.
Hope he burned his tongue.
Dai's raising her hand to speak.
Dayu.
They did say that the Undercity is kind of alive. I would not put it past for like a druid or something to be moving walls and stuff, especially if it's made out of bones. That would make sense. There are wall spells.
And when we were talking to the pilgrims, like they said that things might move around down there, and also there might be like a shadow monster or something. And Nikita also mentioned like other stuff natural might move in. So it is possible if if druids are going to be anywhere, if there's stuff growing down there, that might be it.
and maybe they'll hold the Accords. We actually managed to see one before they kill us, or try to."
Well, there's tons of other things in the world that will kill you first.
Maybe I should say that the
Shadow monster. Just
Well,
pointing
just
that out.
just
Bring
know
an oil lantern. Sorry.
Just know that I can send this spell pretty far, so when we need it, I can do that.
Thank you,
I
Dave.
just have no idea what that's gonna look like.
And so you have all made your way back to the Busty Banshee at the close of this particular conversation. What are you all doing while you are here? Are you going to keep talking in your room? Are you going to partake in the revelry at the Busty Banshee while you wait for this supposed contact to reach you? What would you like to do?
You know what Aurora's doing.
I know what
Until she has to
Aurora's
do something
doing.
important.
I know what Aurora's doing. I think we all know. We all know what Aurora's doing.
Rev will wait downstairs to see if the contact comes, but rather than reveling, she will be reading through that book of lore that we got from the library.
Okay. Which lore book did I give you? Do you remember what the title is?
So I asked, you didn't give me a title.
I didn't
I
give you a
asked
title.
about Omira, and then the librarian priest gave me this book.
Oh, so you haven't opened it yet.
I have not.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So you everybody does whatever they're doing, whether they're hanging out in the room as well or going out and about. So you said are you going back to the room to read the book, or are you sitting out in the open and reading it?
I'll sit out in the open and read it if there's like a not sticky table that I can sit at.
Yeah, you find yourself it's not too gross here. It's not too bad. You manage to find a spot in the corner just how you like it, back against the wall facing the door, and you crack open the book. It appears to be pretty newly bound or rebound. And you get that like satisfying feeling of opening a hardcover book that has not been opened yet. And you pore over the pages and kind of flip through and skim over the words. You see a variety of lore regarding theories that mortals have on the world of the dead and what the different planes of existence are like and how they relate to Sombre Luz and the other aspects of the world. In particular, let me pull this up because God knows I don't have them all memorized. I write too much shit to have it all memorized. Notes. Not only Sombre Luz, but also Limbo. And how they connect to the mortal plane and beyond. And you see a little bit about the Sentinels of Death, which you've heard Dayu mention before. These seem to be spirits that act on behalf of Nissos to reap awakened or recently departed spirits. To kind of keep them from interfering with the mortal plane. Which is probably why when Dayu describes the spirits that she sees, she tells you that they're generally either wandering or standing still. This sounds more like a reference to any kind of active spirit. Nissos, the page is about Nissos, describe him in ways that you've already heard about. The Sovereign of Death, also known as the Below, in some depictions appears as a man, and some appears more androgynous, and some appears as a woman, and is known as the neutral force of death itself. The symbol is a skull crying black tears, not unlike the emblem that Sinark wears. Major deity, somehow, even though he is technically not worshipped by mortals on a typical basis, and that he had a wife named Omira. The legend says that Omira was once a mortal woman, and that in some manner or another, it's not specific, she managed to either catch the eye of or win the favor of Nissos, and eventually became his bride upon her, rising to godhood upon her deathbed to join her beloved husband at long last. So this is aligned with what you already found. What you find that is a little bit different is a more expanded description of what occurred when Omira revived Valdin.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
I'm opening it. I'm opening it. Hold on. I have too many windows open. So as you know from your previous readings, Omera took pity on those who died sooner than what was foretold by what you now see listed as the tapestry. You're not quite sure what that means. And so in her despair of seeing the valiant warrior by the name of Valdin pass before his time, Death's bride stole a piece of her husband's power for herself, to grant this man a new form of life. Life beyond death, the gift of sentience and undeath. With Valdin's revival, Omera created the sentient undead. In order to help shepherd others in need, Omera gave Valdin a gift, knowing that it would be her end. Unable to stand by and watch death claim those who didn't deserve it in her very mortal mind, Omera sacrificed her powers and the piece she stole from Nissos, and that gift is known as the Sovereign's Bell. This item grants life to the dead. With this bell, you have the power over death itself. that is what you read.
Yeah, Rev's just gonna tuck that away in her little brain space.
Don't have to worry about the cat dying if you give it 9 lives.
When you turn the page to read more, a page has been ripped out. And that is what you see. That's it. Your
This
face.
is a bad idea. But seeing that a page has been ripped out, can I attempt to just make a tear in one of the other pages and see what happens? Because the priest did warn me that if I took it out of the city, this book was going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering how someone was able to rip a page out.
Yep. As you contemplate ripping one of these pages, I would like an intelligence saving throw. Oh no.
That
Oh no! What?
a natural 1 for a total of 5?
Oh no. You think nothing of it, and you immediately attempt to rip the page. Oh, I'm sorry, Alyssa. Okay.
Are you sure you don't have inspiration?
I do, but I want to see what happens.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Let me get my actual DM.
My
dice.
card
I can't
pulls.
use my LE
Guys,
dice
my
for
card
this.
pulls.
I can't use my LE dice for this.
You do your thing, Alyssa. But I'm so
Okay.
fucking scared right now.
Oh no.
This is why I fucking love
Let's
Alyssa.
see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19 definitely hit your armor class. As this book, you go to rip the page. You move to touch the page with the intention of damaging. And immediately, this book morphs into a toothy maw and it clamps down on your wrist, engulfing your hand in its mouth. You take a lot of damage. "14 points of piercing damage and 9 points of poison damage. As this thing clamps down over your hand, puncturing the skin. Your arm is starting to go numb. What do you do?
You're in the town. Yeah. Can I see that? I wouldn't have gone up. I would have been chilling down here. Not really reveling. I had a whole other thing I wanted to do instead, but like I'm in. Tag me in. Do I see this?
God, is this the right music? I don't know. No, it's not. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, we're just gonna.
This is
Just gonna put this on for
terrifying.
right now.
I just need you to know that in chat, as that like loud music happened for like a
Sorry.
split second, Alyssa's message about taking 0 damage from dragon and the word dragon specifically popped up for me, and then it was just at the same fucking time, and I was like, no, oh my god.
So yes, you do see this. Rev, I'm not even gonna let you throw a save to see if you don't cry out. You absolutely fucking scream because that shit hurts and your arm is starting to go numb. I would imagine the panic is starting to set in now. Dayu, you absolutely see this.
Can I pry the book pry the book's mouth open? Because I know if I were to push it, it'll just Gerald's game it. And I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to, if you don't know the reference, I'm not going to explain it to you. If you know the scene that I'm talking about, then you'll understand why I want to open the mouth.
I will take a strength check. Oh.
Jesus.
Beat a 15.
Could I say athletics instead? Because I get 1 from athletics.
Nope, strength.
Fucking okay.
I said what I said.
What,
Good
I had to
try.
be 15?
You have to beat 15, yeah.
15.
All right. You managed to slowly pry. You pry this thing off of Revelation's hand and wrist, and you are now holding it open. Rev is able to pull their hand back, and as that happens, the book immediately slams shut.
The whole time I'm going, sorry, she's sorry. Oh, okay.
There's blood on the pages. There's blood on the cover. And Rev's hand is beginning to blacken.
Can I make a medicine check?
You can take an Arcana check.
Okay. This is less good. Can I guidance myself?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Never fucking mind that 20.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. I fucking love Lunar Bunny Deck.
This is a curse of some kind. And you see the skin slowly begin to darken and blacken, and it is slowly moving up Revelation's arm.
Do I know what kind of curse this is? Do I know how to stop it?
It seems to be some kind of punishment. And you are not sure of the origin, as you have never seen something like this before. You do recognize immediately that it is the effect of a curse. It is not a poison. It is not an injury. It appears to, this item appears to have injected Revelation with some kind of cursed energy.
Could I attempt to dispel onto my arm?
Let me...
Dispel magic.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to check something really quick.
It does say or magical effect.
I'll put guidance on you. I don't know if that will help actually, but guidance.
Sorry, I'm checking the spell that this is related to. I'm also kind of making shit up as I go here. I guess there's really no rules around curses. Let's see. Yes, you can attempt to dispel and see if it takes effect. I'm looking at the spell to see what the rules are around dispel. I always forget.
Yeah, fourth
Creature, object,
level.
and any third or lower on the target ends. Okay.
Do you have to make a roll for dispelling?
If it's fourth or above.
You do if it's fourth level or higher, which is to say that you will indeed need to.
Gee, many cribbins. Okay.
I'm gonna cast guidance on you since I'm literally holding your arm as well, and maybe I don't know. Maybe in an attempt for me trying to figure out what this curse is, I'm like applying pressure as it spreads up. Like I'm applying, like like how you would tourniquet low key. I'm just doing that with my hands though. It's not much. It's just me trying to figure shit out, but also I'm giving you guidance.
All while this is happening and you're panicking and getting ready to cast a spell, this darkness is still creeping up your arm, closer and closer to what hand was it? Do you think? Was it your left?
I assume it would be my right hand, like my primary hand.
Okay, closer and closer to your chest.
Okay, so that is a 4 plus 19 plus 5 is 28.
as you point your good hand at yourself and kind of smack your arm, I imagine, in panic as you try to dispel this magic. Like, get out of me, get out of my arm, because it's creeping up, it's almost to your shoulder. And your entire arm is numb. It's limp at your side. You cannot move it. And it is just creeping up and up and up. And as you cast Dispel Magic and you pump this magic into your arm, the color begins to fade. And your skin slowly, very slowly, like it's almost like a rising gauge, is now falling again down your arm. You're still covered in blood, but the darkened skin and the numbing feelings very, very slowly over time fades away. It takes a good 10 minutes for your arm to completely go back to normal.
I am applying light pressure so we can figure out where in your arm you regain feeling again. But also, I'm gonna heal you. Oh god. I'm gonna give you Cure Wounds at 2nd level. Because that's pretty gay.
It's pretty gay. It's pretty gay, you guys.
It's pretty gay. I'm holding your hand already while we panic together as a unit.
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. We'd be doing a lot of things together now. This is kind of gay. What will people say?
Oh my god, the city is making you guys get along a little bit. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like she's, Rev saved your life earlier, and now you saved her. You saved their life now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is the beef over?
I don't know.
Find out next week on Mistlost.
Okay,
Oh wait, no, we're not playing
14.
next week. Just kidding. 14.
You're gonna heal back 14, as I just Dayu is applying, actually, I want to say practical medicine with a bit of her actual magic. The actual magic is is what's putting you back together and relieving, the blood loss. The practical is doing things like seeing where you start to regain feeling on your arm, while also trying to skin tone match you with your other arm that seems to be fine. Because no offense, you're fucking gray with stars all over you, and I'm pretty sure the star pattern moves, and when I use guidance, I add more color to your star pattern skin. Visually, I don't help you at all. So I just make you more galaxy based. So I need to make sure the medic at Dayu's like, I'm gonna get the right color, don't worry.
Yeah, it's
the
a
makeup
very
artist in Dayu knows what to do.
Well, the difference between the darkness that was traveling up the armor, it was snuffing out all that inner light that you were seeing. So it was just straight deep black creeping up her arm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why'd the book bite you?
Rev looks down, not quite ashamed, but getting close to that. And says, the cleric told me that if I brought it out of the city, it would attack and kill me, but there was a page missing, so I wondered who did that and how, and if it would attack just for harming it.
Did you get to rip it, or no?
Yeah, is the book back to the back to a book, or is it still a mouse?
It's back to a book.
I think Rev will sort of flip through to find the page.
You did not rip the page.
No.
Moving towards it with intent was enough.
That's a scary book. I mean, I guess that means whoever did it, maybe they don't have an arm anymore.
Or maybe they were allowed to hide the information that was kept there. I assume the enchantment was put on by the library.
That would make sense. I'm gonna start prestidigitating the blood off of you and this table and the book. As
You cannot
it's-
prestidigitate the blood off of the book.
I can't take the blood off the book.
You can clean up everything else, though.
I'll head up to our room, see if I can't do anything about it. Usually, I guess. Thank you.
You're welcome. Could you tell me how you're doing afterwards, after a few minutes, and like back again in an hour? You had a full curse. I don't know if you know that.
I think Rev sort of shakes her arm a little bit where the black is still sort of bending. And yeah, it feels fine now, but
Just in case, because I don't. It was definitely a curse. I'm not strong enough to do curse stuff. But also, it got really close to your chest. Which I'm sorry I looked at your chest.
Oh my.
I mean, we're still in the outfits that we wore to see the Duke, so it's all out there. Like, I don't think she's mad about that.
I know, but I was real close. So, like, that means, yeah, I mean, like, I was doing a job, but also it was like, you know, like, it's
The
it's
face
a bit,
you just said.
yeah.
This
I'm doing a
is
job, but you also
Teta.
looking.
Teta
You did
out.
it. Yeah, take that out.
Mm-hmm. Potatoes were out.
When in doubt, take us out.
I love my influence on this.
I am titty height. You're correct. Like there's nowhere else for me to look, truthfully.
It's
But
fair.
also, I just if it got noticeably closer to your chest, still, I would like to. I'm gonna. Dai would apologize anyways. We're not exactly besties right now either.
Yeah.
So like, you might not even appreciate that. You know?
Aurora, while all this is happening, are you watching from afar? Did you get closer?
Wherever Aurora would be that she could have both a drink and a bath is where she would be. So I feel like maybe she doesn't know that this just happened.
Oh yeah, you're in the freaking bath. Okay, all right.
Yes,
I need to
accurate,
roll a thing.
Alyssa.
Actually, I need to roll a thing.
What the heck does that mean?
Wow, the numbers.
You have visions of fucking doom and gloom.
The numbers are in your favor today, it seems.
So these are titties numbers and not demons numbers.
I'm so glad you can't see my face right now.
Fuck.
Man, we should
gotta
always
watch
pre-record.
this back.
We should always pre-record so that you can't see my face.
I was gonna
No,
say,
please.
okay, I wanted to
just
say
dying.
show us your face, but because we kept saying tetas, I almost said show us your tetas, and I,
I mean,
don't
they're
want
right
to say
here,
that.
okay? Like,
Well, I can't
This is
even
not fair.
see
We can't
it.
see.
sucks to be you.
Ow. Rude.
Look at this economy. No booby, no,
No.
fucking money, no nothing. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, all right.
The stocks are dropping, and so but the house mortgage shit is rising. Leave me alone. Like,
I need to make
Listen,
a
the
gif
only
of
stocks I
Aki
want is
flailing with her
stockings
tarot
dropping.
cards. Yes. All right. Okay. Right. Lock it up. Rein it in. Damn it! I have to message you, Charmy.
Fuck me. Okay. I did not mean to unmute just to say that, but I did anyway.
This is
So
the
now
best
you all
ever did. I'm so happy you did. Fuck me, okay.
I meant not to click it, and it happened anyway.
Hold on. See, if we were sitting at a table, I would just get up and do the whispers thing. Or text you or something.
Whisper.
Whispers. These whispers are brought to you by Multiverse. Please sponsor us. Okay, thanks, bye.
All I hear is furiously typing.
So all of this is happening out in the tavern. Meanwhile, Aurora is having a lovely bath. You are relaxed. You are having a great time. You are just enjoying yourself. Okay? You are having a lovely evening. You've got a glass of whatever it is you're looking for. Wine, whatever. You've got it. And this is the private bath area that's kind of assigned to the room that you are all renting right now. It's like a smaller part. It's a like a walled off portion of a hot spring kind of area. It's clearly man-made. It's like a very large bath with like walls divvying it out. And though you know all of your friends are out in the tavern area, it becomes apparent to you that you are not alone.
Upon realizing Aurora doesn't move, but just says, "Hi, who is it? Friend or not friend?"
Well, I should imagine since we met earlier today that we would be a friend. I lied when I told you I was going to send an agent of mine. I prefer to have this discussion in person.
Oh, Lord. Hello. And just comfortably sits in the bath.
He will kind of walk into view, and you watch as his form shifts into a more feminine form and again into a more masculine form, almost just like fluidly, quite literally the embodiment of gender fluid. And he is present, but he's not leering at you or anything. He is kind of looking out into the area around. So like somewhat respectfully, but this was probably the most clandestine place to meet in such a place.
Do you want a bath or a drink?
No, I shan't stay long. I've actually preferred to speak to you over the others, in fact.
I'm flattered.
This bell, if you find it, leave it where you find it.
Why?
Because it is very powerful, and the wrong people having it is very dangerous.
Is that why it's down there and not up here?
Well, if it's where I think it is, it would require you to go all the way down to Valdin's tomb.
Sounds far. Is it at the very bottom?
Yes.
Are there traps? We heard some stuff about maybe, things moving around, scary monsters. So it is obviously bullshit, but...
Darling, the entire thing is a trap.
Very helpful. Thanks.
As I have not been down there, there's not a lot of advice that I can give you. Oh, sorry, I'm so distracted. Mari's camera is wigging the fuck out right now. I think it's Skype. You've got, pixels all over your face. It's wild. It's so crazy looking.
Oh, that is not happening to me.
It is definitely happening. It's
it's
also definitely showing up on the recording, so that's crazy.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. It was not doing that all game until just now. It's just super distracting. Anyway, sorry.
Skype is rude.
So I want to turn your camera off and turn it back on really quick. It also could just be Skype being shitty. Oh yeah, it's fixed. That was very weird, glitchy. Sorry. I The only reason why I'm looking at stuff is because we're not streaming, so I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, and he says, "Well, I've never been down there myself, which is funny considering it is my namesake. But Deathmorn Ward is not for people like me."
Typically, only the dead go,
Yes.
or no one goes. Okay,
Generally,
dead go.
well, generally no one goes. People have not congregated in, well, Deathmorn Ward or the Undercity, really since Valdun's time. It has been sealed since then, for the most part. There are ways to get in, as I told you all about. But it is not advisable to do so. I understand this seems to be part of some mission you are all on. If the Kaligo Shirei are the ones who sent you on this mission, as your paperwork implies, they either must expect you to die or have a great deal of faith in you all and think that you will make it through.
Or both.
I suppose it could be both. I suppose. It just seems strange that a group of young, I don't want to say inexperienced, or definitely not inexperienced adventurers, but perhaps not quite to the stature one might typically expect for a place like this. And it, on a personal level, it almost seems unfair.
I don't think they knew exactly what they were sending us into, to be honest. But we'll figure it out. We've already got some assistance, which I'm very appreciative of, from you, even though it's not that much. Can you give me just one moment? So, okay, question for the DM.
Yeah.
Is a common area where I know someone in the party would be more than 120 feet from me? Because basically, Aurora's going to ask someone else if they have any questions about this with a message spell, if she has the range for it.
No, they would be outside of range if they're all in the tavern area.
Okay, then she'll think about it for a second and then be like, not worth it. Okay, so say we go down there, we do not retrieve the bell. It's wanted by the Duke. What if people are asking about the location? What if that location gets out? What are the assurances that you can put in place that no one else is going to know about this if we keep it to ourselves?
I should give you some context. Valdun brought the bell to his tomb. And as a result, the numbers of the sentient undead are dwindling because they can only live for so long, and they cannot reproduce. They cannot make more without the bell. They're a dying race, essentially. And though I prefer to have the truth out to the public, the Duke simply throws his hands up and tells the people of Hallowgate and all of the sentient undead that he doesn't know why their numbers are dwindling. He doesn't know why new sentient undead are coming into the world, because not enough people believe that the bell actually exists. I know for a fact that it does.
And so you don't want the Duke to be the one to have the power to use it?
Absolutely not.
he seems like kind of a dick, so I get it.
He is a dick, and if I had my way, I would be Duke.
You'd be the Duke. Interesting.
My surname is quite literally Hallowgate. Whose rightful place do you think it is?
To be fair, I did think it was yours. I thought Kazuhiko messed it up when he told us before, but, you confirmed it. So yeah, it's a bit confusing, but I also don't really understand the structure of the city.
Fair enough.
Overall.
My plight is not necessarily yours, but what I can tell you is if you give him the bell, it will guarantee the end of all sentient undead. If you don't, and you leave it alone, perhaps somebody will find another way.
But it can turn them off and not just make more?
The bell has the power to defy death. It can bring the dead to life, and it can bring them to their end.
It can bring any dead to life?
Well, there are particular circumstances in which it would work. You need the body. The body needs to be relatively whole.
Okay. Is there anything else useful that you might be able to provide, like how to avoid the prying eyes of the citizens of the city while we do this ritual?
Well, if any of you have the ability to summon mist, you are of the Mistlost variety, are you not?
Not even going to dignify that one with a response.
No? Okay. Well, if you have the ability to summon smoke or mist or fog or something of the nature to obscure what you are doing, that is probably the best way to do it. You could post lookouts and hope for the best. Given that the area...
Our problem, not yours.
Given that the area you are going to is a relatively unattended graveyard, I wouldn't say the likelihood of you being seen is very high. That's why I gave you the key that I gave you and not a different one. And you can see the key ring hanging from his belt. Quite obviously. He doesn't seem worried about it being open and visible.
Do you think we'll have any problems with using our magics in this endeavor, like getting into the Undercity, doing the ritual?
Well, my fairly limited knowledge of the Undercity, it's possible there may be areas where you cannot use magic. Valdin in life, from what I was told by my predecessors, was quite the trickster. And so I would expect navigating this place to be extremely difficult, if not impossible. If you don't get lost and die of starvation, well, you might get caught by a trap or some other sort of cruel joke made to prevent any grave robbers from coming in and stealing literally the power over death. Valdin also, from what I understand, had some romantic notions about the return of Omera, and that is probably why he buried himself with the bell.
Okay, thank you for following up. Just for Charmy above table, anything else you guys think that that would be appropriate for me to pop out that Aurora might actually think of?
Teleportation circle.
God fucking damn it. There are no teleportation circles in Ba Sing Se.
And how Aurora would phrase that is upon our return without the bell, and if we're able to do what we're able to do you have any use for information about the Undercity? Anything you'd be willing to trade a favor for?
In this very unlikely scenario in which you all return in one piece, without the bell, and without telling anybody about the bell, and trust me, I will know. Yes, I would owe you quite the favor.
Good to know. I love having favors and friends in high places.
And what sort of favor were you thinking of?
Well,
You could always
I'd have
come
to
back
confer
me.
with my friends.
That's fair enough. I understand, and he pulls a scroll from his sleeve and opens it up and kind of looks at it. I understand you went to the Bard College today.
Oh, yes. It's kind of cute there, but they're surprisingly stuffy for bards.
Well, you had a lot of questions. About teleportation circles, was it?
Oh, yeah. That is something that we're also interested in. I mean, I was kind of going to bring it up when I had more leverage in the conversation, but if you want to start it now, go for it.
Well, I can tell you that you're wasting your time. Unless you were to make the Duke very happy, I highly doubt he would assist you in such a matter. And that sort of magic is not my specialty, otherwise I would offer.
So he's the only one you've heard of in the city who could do it?
He is the only one in the city who could do it. He is a vice lich. He has an access to great amounts of power.
Well, that sucks.
What is it that you need a teleportation circle for?
To travel quickly?
To where? You have to give me something if I'm going to give you anything.
Okay, I'm going to be honest here. If you ask someone else, they'd probably have a very direct answer on exactly where we need to go. But for me, north, Elysia, that's about as specific as I can give you.
There is a teleportation circle in the capital.
Oh.
I can vouch for that much.
Well, that's helpful.
The queen is quite the accomplished mage.
So probably has connection to other mages.
Yes.
More boring book stuff, but helpful.
More politics more than anything.
Ugh, just as bad.
My dear, are you not a noble yourself? Politics is part of your birthright.
Sure, but I come from a very small, tight-knit location where only one needs to ascend.
I see. Well, I will, upon your return, of course, send out some inquiries and see if there's anything I can do to help speed along your progress.
Much appreciated. Is there a way to get in contact with you, or do we have to come all the way up there?
Your shifter friend, forgive me, Dayu.
Mm-hmm.
She has the ability to send messages over great distances.
Oh, yeah, she was telling us today about the magic.
Yes.
Wait, how do you know what Dayu can do? Can you do it too? Did you send her a secret message?
No. I can look at a person and I know what sort of magic they can use.
Really?
Yes. And you, my dear, have a great deal of untapped potential. He kind of taps the side of his face near his eye and he says, "These eyes see much."
unsettled for the first time now. Okay. Well, what do you see?
There is a blockage. You are holding back. My best guess is that you damaged something or hurt someone, and now you were afraid of your own power. Was it accurate? It happens to the best of us, dear. I'm not mocking
I
you.
don't know what you're talking about. I need to go.
Roll deception.
And Aurora's like starting to collect her belongings to get out of the bath, and she's like getting huffy about
He will turn his head away respectfully.
the 9 that I just rolled.
He rolled less than you did, so.
Fuck yeah.
Forgive me, Lady Incineratus. I did not mean to imply anything in particular. As someone who has experienced it myself, I can relate. He says, looking away at the wall. He's not looking in your direction.
Well, like throw on what I assume they have as
there's robes. Oh yeah.
She goes, and like flounces out, but at the last moment says, "Thank you for the information."
You're welcome.
And heads back to the room part.
He does not follow you out. And if you look out into the bath area, he's gone.
What the heck? She goes to find the nearest person who she can download that information to.
Yes.
But she does leave out the bit at the end about her magic. And everything else is shared completely with the group.
Okay. So I realize it is almost midnight. Do you want to go a few more minutes so we can do a closing scene? Or would you like to move into confessionals? It's up to you.
I'm fine either way.
Okay.
I've got a few minutes if you want to go ahead.
I've also got a few minutes.
Okay. So depending for this particular closing scene, my closing scene is dependent upon what you would like to do next. Do you rest and then go to open the gate, assuming you get all of your shopping done and things like that? Or are there other things you need to do in the city before you go down into the Undercity?
I think shopping and rest, no?
Yeah, I definitely need to rest.
So
I
shopping,
blew a spell slot or two.
rest, and Undercity, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so we're
Yeah,
going to fast
cool.
forward through the shopping and the rest part.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, if I live, I'll just ask questions.
If I live.
What the fuck?
Well, I
mean, I
wanted
guess-
the bard college I have to go to at night. So if I live, I'll ask questions at the bard college.
Yes.
Heard.
hmm
Who, I believe Aurora was given the key. Is that correct? Specifically Aurora?
I think so, but I don't remember.
That seems correct. That
I
Yeah.
believe Lord Hallow gave you the key. So
Okay.
we will,
She holding it out. She ready.
yes, you are all standing in the middle of a graveyard. It is the dead of night. You have your packs ready, and this is the moment. Right at the time specified by the instructions, you cut your palm and let your lifeblood bleed out onto the paper and the key.
Hang on.
And
Question.
yes,
Aurora is doing the blood part, right?
yes, you are doing all of
Okay,
this.
cool. Thank you.
You cut your palm, Aurora, and the blood covers the key and the paper. And you follow the instructions. And as you do, the key gets hot. So hot that you have no choice, even yourself as a fire genasi, to drop it. And as you do, it lands on the gravestone at your feet. The earth begins to move, and rising up from the ground is a mausoleum, the door of which slides open, and there is a stairwell that leads down. And you venture forth into the city below, into the darkness. And if this were a show, the camera would pan further and further down into a very, very large room, impossibly large, deep underground. And from this camera's view is a massive labyrinth. And up on the wall, near the ceiling, beyond the gaze of any mortal, a single eye opens. And that is where we will end for tonight and move into confessionals. First up, Revelation.
We see Revelation in the night just before heading out to the graveyard. She's on a balcony or maybe the roof of this inn where we're staying and whispering almost subvocally to the wind. She says, "Pestilence told me that I'm not bound by fate, that my choices get them killed. I don't know if that's worth anything, but I wonder if you would take it anyway." And that's it.
Okay, moving on to Aurora.
Dai could send a message home at any moment. Any moment. She could just and do it. But they don't want to ask her to yet. We haven't really done anything yet. Anything worth reporting. Anything that I can share that's useful. Anything that will, like, make her happy to hear from me. And I want it to be worth it when I get to say, I did something good all by myself, or, you know, out here with my friends. That's Aurora.
Moving on to Nikita.
A bunch of weird shit happened today. You know, with Pestilence or whatever. She was an odd one. And she did not let me stay in the room, which pisses me off. And then I guess the people in the bars were cool. I just want to go fight something. I'm not going to lie, it's been a little bit at this point. I am still with fear. I am still scared shitless, but I feel like I need to let that energy out, you know? And hit something. And it's not really a good feeling to have in a very populated city, and I wish I kind of had the tree nearby, and just so I could just, I don't know, maybe punch it or something. I don't know. Yeah. I'm kind of freaking out by this undercity, and maybe there's people there, maybe there's not, maybe there's a monster, maybe there's conversations to be had. Yeah. Just this mission just starts to feel a lot less directed, and it's more blurry than I expected it to be. The druids don't really say much. Well, they say a lot, but not really anything, if that makes sense. I don't know how to feel about all of this. This is supposed to be the one that we had more of an idea of. I can't imagine the others. That's it.
Moving on to Sinark.
Aurora told us that he was a prankster. I'm starting to think that this whole city was made to piss me off. I feel antsy. I want to go down there. I want to know more. I don't understand. They said my father was a prankster. What little I could grab from them, little they would tell me, I at least heard that he was an annoying asshole. God, I wish I was any bit less like these two. Well, maybe it'll give me some insight down there. Otherwise, fucking druids. And he takes a big swig directly from a bottle of wine. And that's it.
Okay. On to Dayu.
I also had a scene. While in you see while in the tavern, Dayu sits at a table, not necessarily alone, but she takes up most of the space on said table with like a spread, about 8 cards spread. She is doing readings for specifically herself. You see her literally take out her sketchbook to write down what she interprets, and then remove all the cards, mess them up, reshuffle, do it again. She does it 3, 4, 5 times, asking questions, and you see that spirits are drawn to this. Maybe other tavern goers, maybe some motherfuckers just walk through the door and they're giving her advice. Not all of it is good, but as she writes down very specific things, she circles them, and says, focus on the task, set goals for myself, and just focus on me. Okay, I can do that. I can do these things. Yeah, that'll take my mind off of it. And then she packs up her shit and leaves, presumably to bed.
Okay. And with that, we will end the episode tonight. I'm going to go to the end screen like I normally do. And then we're going to cut the recording. Bye, everybody. See you next time.